How are we? Hope you are doing great. Okay, if Mrs. Aki is a farmer, what do you think she does in the farm? She goes there to do what? To plant her seeds. After planting, is she expected to go back to the following day and get some fruits? Definitely you know the answer is no. That will lead us to our topic for today. Our subject is basic science and our topic is changes in plants. Now, what is changes? Changes take place when something becomes different from the way it was. When something becomes different from the way it was, it means changes are taking place in that thing. How do I mean? If I go to the farm, if I plant my seed begins to germinate. From there, depends on the kind of seed I planted. Maybe if it is an orange, it will germinate into a big tree. So that is what I mean. Now, changes in plants. What do we mean by changes in plants? Every plant needs good sunlight, you need enough water, they need good soil nutrient and air for it to do what? For it to grow. Plants change based on their life circle. They change based on their life circle. That's to say, each plant has a particular life cycle it needs to undergo before it can be good for consumption. Let's take for example, if I take my orange, if I go to the orange tree, if I pluck an unripe orange, is it good for me to consume such? No. So that is what I mean. Now, the life cycle of plants can be categorized into three. They can be categorized into three. And the first one is the annual crops. What are the annual crops? The annual crops are those crops that take 1 year for it to be fully mature for consumption. And examples of these crops are rice, cowpeas, and so on. Number 2, the biennial crops. What do I mean by biennial crops? Biennial crops are crops that takes 2 years for it to be fully grown and mature and good for consumption. Examples are your onions, your cauliflowers, your carrots, and so on. The next stage is the perennial stage, which is the third one. The perennial crops, we call them perennial crops. Perennial crops are crops that takes beyond 2 years for them to be fully mature and grown for consumption. Examples of these crops are apples, avocados, your bananas, and oranges. Changes in flowering plants. Changes in flowering plants. Changes in flowering plants are one. Changes that flowering plants undergo are one. They produce seed. Flowering plant produces seed. We all know that flowering plants are plants that produce and have flowers. So they produce seeds. The second change is that they germinate. They germinate, that's to say they grow. When we talk about the word germination, it means growing. The next one is seedlings develop. Seedlings develop. They develop seeds. That's the seedling develop. That first part of the crop that grows above the soil is what we call seedling. Okay, the next one is they mature. They mature. They grow from little plant into adult plants. As you can see it here, this is it. This is it. We have this is the orange seed. When it's being planted, it passes through this stage, and you see the leaves gradually coming out. This part of it is what we call the seedling. Then from there, it develops and it gets to the adult plant, which gives us a tree. You can see our beautiful oranges on the tree. as it is now, we can go there because they are ripe. We can go there, pick any one of it and consume. So those are some of the changes that flowering plants undergo. In our next class, we'll be looking at changes in animals, and I hope we all learned something from the topic. Do have a wonderful day. Thank you.